Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go through my current skincare routine, which keeps my skin like glowy and hydrated and just delicious and like a glazed donut. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to start off with cleansers just because that's like the first step, so that makes sense to me. So I've got a couple. They're both from Cetaphil. Basically this whole routine's from Cetaphil, spoiler alert, because it's kind of like my skin is very sensitive, kind of like acne prone as well, and like hates actives, just like troublesome. Moisture barrier is just constantly not great, but that's just what my skin is like normally. I don't do anything to weaken my moisture barrier. I just feel like some people naturally have a moisture barrier that's a little bit weaker than other people, so I think that if you've got like sensitive skin, it can be that the moisture barrier is kind of like just not as good as someone who doesn't have sensitive skin, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm not a dermatologist, just a skincare enthusiast. So this absolutely giant cleanser is the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser. This is like the milky one. It's kind of similar to the CeraVe Gentle Skin Cleanser, I think it's called. I don't know what it's called. It's not a foaming cleanser. I was a foaming cleanser stan for like the longest time. And then I moved over to this, and I used to use it when I was a bit younger as well. This is just it. She is that girl. No matter like how troublesome my skin's being, like this is really good. I do typically double cleanse. Oh, I'll go grab my cleanser. So I've grabbed my other cleanser. I typically do double cleanse. So this is not the Elemis one, it's just an Elemis pot. I'm out of breath from running down the stairs. Goodness. So this is actually the Inkey List oat one. Even though hair there, yeah. It looks really similar to the Elemis one, and I think it's kind of like a dupe of the Elemis one, to be honest, but I kind of like it a little bit more just because it's not scented. Like, I love the smell of the Elemis one. Like, it smells like a spa, but my skin, when it's like going through a phase, does not like scents, does not like anything. So the oat cleansing balm is like, it's gorgeous. It is depotted right now just because once I find, I'm just gonna catch my breath for a second. So once I find I've kind of like squeezed out as much as I can from the container, like it's great that it comes in like such a big component. It comes in like a massive tube, but you get to a point where you can't squeeze it out anymore, and there's like tons of product still left in, and it usually like fills a pot of this, and this is 50 grams. So like, if you're not already cutting them, like your cleansing balm up and depotting it, please do it. You will literally like save yourself so much money, because like it's an extra pot of cleanser that you didn't think you had. Great. So I cleanse with this first if I've got makeup on. If I don't have makeup on, I will just work on the Gentle Skin Cleanser on its own. Do this first and kind of like emulsify it, wipe it off with a microfiber towel that's like damp, and then I'll use this. It's got niacinamide, glycerin and panthenol in it, and it is for sensitive skin. There is a foaming one as well if you prefer, but like honestly, using a non-foaming cleanser has kind of changed my skin. I don't know, and it does get all the residue off of the cleansing balm as well, if you're wondering. But I don't really think this one actually leaves a residue. I've used some before that do leave a residue that you do need to double cleanse with. Next, I have the Cetaphil Gentle Clear Clarifying Blemish Cream Cleanser. Bit of a mouthful. And this one's got salicylic acid in it, white tea and aloe vera. Comes in a tube. That was a bit close. Comes in a tube like this. I'm not entirely sure how much this is, but I think it's pretty affordable, maybe like £8. I'm gonna say that literally just off the top of my head. So this has got 124 mils in, so kind of like oddly specific. But honestly, this is really good. So it is an exfoliating cleanser. It doesn't have any beads. It's literally just like, I don't know if you can see, definitely it's a bit much. it's got no beads, it's literally just a cleanser. And it kind of foams a little bit, like it lathers up a little bit, but it's not really foamy. It's really great. It's not stripping, not drying at all. I find it just does the job really. I find that it gets out all of the blackheads and all the kind of stuff and has my skin feeling clear and fresh and delicious without kind of stripping it a bit much, because I found that if I mean, I use a cleanser anyways if I'm going to exfoliate. If you want a more bougie option, I also really love the, what is it called? The Murad one. It's really, really good, but very smelly. This is really, really similar to the Murad one and like a fraction of the price. Apart from the fact it doesn't have exfoliating beads in it, or like little, I don't know what you could call it. They're not actually beads, but like exfoliating bits in it. But no, this is really great because it doesn't have my skin feeling overly sensitive. I think I've spoken about it before that I do prefer to use a cleanser for exfoliating, just because I find that sometimes it can strip my skin a little bit too much and like my skin just doesn't like it. This is a really good way that even if you're starting out or if you have very sensitive skin, because there's not going to be too much contact because you're washing it off, it tends to just not, like it doesn't really make your skin more sensitive, if that makes sense. So really, really, really good option. And it doesn't have a scent at all. All of the Cetaphil products are unscented. This is not sponsored, however, I wish that it was. If Cetaphil would sponsor me, I would love that, but no, all my opinions. Oh, and this has salicylic acid in it. I don't know what percentage of salicylic acid this has in, so I don't think it's very high at all. If I had to guess, it's definitely going to be like 0 point something. It's definitely not going to be like high percentage because again it is a cleanser. And I use it like once, maybe twice a week, and that works really good for me. I tend to get like blackheads along the tops of my cheeks, and these really help to like stop me getting clogged pores there, so really good, recommend. So I've got the Advanced Nailsin 96 Mucin from Cosrx. I feel like every single video I talk about skincare, I talk about this product, like I absolutely love it. It has my skin just like so glowy and juicy, like glazed donut, and it's incredible. And my skin doesn't react to it. If you have an issue with shellfish, don't try this, or if you know you're allergic to snails, then don't. I feel like this is a really high product that actually is really good. It's definitely worth the hype in my opinion. I couldn't tell you how many bottles of these I've been through, at least 10, and it's literally the only serum I will use repeatedly. Well, yeah, it's kind of the only serum that I've consistently used. It's really, really, really good. I think it's very high in, what's that, hyaluronic acid. I think I did read the ingredients. It doesn't have it on the back of it, but it is very high in hyaluronic acid, so I think that is the active ingredient there, but it's so good. And your skin's just juicy and plump and gorgeous. If you're vegan, don't use it, I guess, but really, really good. Eye cream wise, I honestly don't know if eye cream makes a huge amount of difference, if I'm being entirely honest, but I feel like it definitely does have my makeup go on smoother. And I think this one, because it has caffeine in it, this is the Inky List caffeine eye cream, it definitely kind of like depuffs my eyes a little bit in the morning, because especially if I've not had enough sleep, or if I've had like a really long sleep, you know, when you've like basically hibernated for like 12 hours or so, and you wake up and you're like, I'm puffy. Or if you've had a couple of cocktails, maybe you wake up in the morning, you're quite puffy. Really good to kind of bring that down a little bit. Obviously it will kind of like settle down as the day goes on anyways, within like maybe the first couple of hours, if that, of waking up. But I find that this kind of, it's soothing and it kind of helps to depuff quicker, if that makes sense. I've seen very mixed things about eye creams. I'm not entirely sure whether or not it actually in fact does work or not, but on the off chance it does work, this is a really, really good one. My eyes, well, my whole skin's very sensitive. Take a shot every time I say my skin is sensitive. But I find that my eye area especially super sensitive. The number one thing that I had allergic reactions to, and I've had many allergic reactions to skincare products, is eye cream. So the fact it doesn't give me an allergic reaction, obviously that's bare minimum, but like that's quite up there. Very sensitive, skin friendly, so recommend. It's really good. I think I've gone through, this is my third tube, 15ml. Only need a teeny tiny little bit and pat it under the eyes, so you don't go through it massively quickly, and it is a nice affordable option. And now we're gonna do moisturizer. I've got a few ones. So I've got the Cetaphil moisturizing cream and the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. These are the face and body ones, but honestly I struggled to find a better moisturizer, to be entirely honest. Like, it's a really good, they're really good basic moisturizers. This one is a little bit thicker. It's the cream. So this is a very thick cream, so very good for like the winter weather, and just if your skin is dry like mine is, just really good. This one is a lot thinner. It's the moisturizing lotion, so because that's a cream, that's a lotion, you kind of would guess. Plus this comes in a pump, so it's gonna be thinner, but it's still quite thick, to be honest. Like, it's not thin. Both really great. They're just very good, very basic moisturizers. No active ingredients. I think they both got, this one's got niacinamide, panthenol and vitamin E in it. I just ran downstairs again. And this one has niacinamide, avocado oil, panthenol and vitamin E in it, so slightly different. So neither one of them has fragrance in. As I said, like, none of them have fragrance in. I think they do have oil in them, so, but they are no comedogenic. Like, I don't find it clogs my pores, and I am prone to getting clogged pores. And honestly, they're great, I can't complain, and very good price point too. So another moisturizer, I've got the Bioma Barrier Repair Treatment. Bit more of an expensive option, and it has avocado oil, ectorin and squalane. I don't know what ectorin is, but we'll Google afterwards. This is really nice. It comes out pink, and it is really nice. It's got barrier lipids in it, apparently. Whatever that may mean. I like that it's got like all the ingredients of what it does. That I do like that about Bioma. It's a really nice like overnight cream. So if your skin's feeling like super dry and lackluster, this is really good. I wouldn't use this every single night because I found that my pores do get clogged, but kind of like maybe once a week, like just when your skin's feeling like a bit dry and tight. Very good. Says you can use it morning and night, so if your skin barrier is not doing great, you can do that. But I feel like it's kind of more of like an as and when treatment for me. You get 50ml, a bit more expensive. This is $17.99, I think. So a bit of a step up from the rest of the products. Still affordable, but a bit more expensive. So going on the theme of overnight balms, got the Cicaplast Balm B5 Plus. This is actually my third tube of this. I wouldn't say I go through them massively quickly, because I literally use like a teeny tiny amount. Because I find that if you use quite a lot of it, if you're generous, you literally just need a teeny tiny amount. I find that my pores do clog with it if I use too much, but if I just use a little bit, my skin loves it up. So this has got panthenol in it and thermal water. Again, fragrance free. I think all of the skincare products is fragrance free. I think everything that I use in my skincare routine is in fact fragrance free, because my skin and fragrance, no, goodness. I know that a lot of people it's actually fine, and I know there is a trend of hating on fragrance, but I don't think it's a thing for every single person. For me personally, I cannot do fragrance on my skin, so that I have to do fragrance free. But yeah, really good. Very thick. I do use it like mornings as well as night times as well if I so need so, and my skin does look like juicy. I have got it on today. I've got makeup on top, so probably not very representative, but it does have your skin being like a glazed donut, and you wake up in the morning, it's just, it's really nice. Also, if you want to like, if you have a little spot like that one, if you want to put a little bit of a dab on that of this overnight, great. I find that it really targets them and brings them down quite a lot. I think it is like it's got B5 in it, so it's very soothing. Yes, it says apply twice daily. Or the eye contour area. Interesting. I do put it under my eyes, but I've had no issue with that. But maybe something to bear in mind, that does officially say you shouldn't put it on your eye area. But no, really, really good. Cannot complain with this. Also pretty affordable as well. I think the big tube is like £15 maybe. Maybe it's less than that. I have no clue. I think this one's about £7, and honestly the small one does still last you quite a long time. This is 40ml because you need the teeniest, tiniest little amount. I don't find I go through it very quickly. Okay, SPF, everyone's favorite step. If you do not use an SPF, I highly recommend you do use an SPF. This one is the Beauty of Joseon one. Another product that, like, I couldn't tell you how many of these SPFs I've been through. It's a pretty affordable price as well, and you do get 50 ml? Yeah, 50 ml. I do wish that it came in like a bigger value pack as well, but it is really good for travel because it does kind of like squidge quite thin. And this has a, though it doesn't look like it has a lot of use in it, it actually does. It just squidges quite thin. So I would, if I was going on holiday, I'd probably bring this one rather than like the full tube. This is the Really Sun Rice and Probiotics one, SPF 50. I think you need to be wearing at least SPF 30 every day just to protect your skin. SPF 50, that is great. Truth be told, I'm not the best at reapplication. If I'm in a hot climate, of course I will, because otherwise I will burn. But like on an everyday basis, like if I'm in England, I'm not always the best with reapplication, but I try. This is really good. Doesn't irritate my skin. It's quite a thick cream. So it's kind of like a lotiony kind of vibe. I also really, I don't want to squidge it up because I know loads is going to come out. I also really like the La Roche-Posay and Velios one that comes in like a, I don't know how to explain it, but it comes in a really travel friendly tube, and I really like that one too. Neither one of them irritate my skin. The La Roche-Posay one is quite alcoholic, I'd say. You can definitely tell it's got alcohol in it, whereas this one, the Beauty of Joseon one, does not have alcohol in it. So whatever works for you. I find that SPFs, if they're kind of like thin and easy to sink into the skin, they typically have alcohol in them. I say typically, and then whereas the ones that are like more of a cream typically don't have alcohol in them. Products that have alcohol in them are ones that like they've been formulated to try and dry quickly, so that's why it would be in there. But big fan of those. You should be wearing SPF every single day, rain or shine. I know it's been very, very rainy this year, but you should be wearing it. Then lastly, I've got a bonus one. This is for body. I feel like they've definitely made this pot smaller because this used to be 400 ml. This is, oh, I love the smell. This is the Garnier Body Superfood. This is the cocoa and ceramide one, which is my favourite one of these. It's a 48-hour repairing butter. It's for very dry skin, and the ingredients it has in it are ceramides and cocoa butter. Really good, also really good price. I like that it's in a pot. I don't know if I said it, but my preference for moisturizers, kind of anything, I want it to come in a pot because then I can like scrape it clean. Obviously with SPF, I do understand that probably come in a tube rather than a pot because the constant, it just constantly being, what is the word? exposed to the light, it's not good for it. So SPF is exempt, but body moisturizer and like face moisturizer, I prefer a pot, because once you scrape that clean, imagine there's nothing left in there. Kind of the finger marks are so gross. You can literally just recycle that, perfect. Or you can like depot other stuff into it and like reuse the pot if you so desire. I've been reusing this Elemis pot for like 2 years maybe. That's super gross, but it is a nice pot, and like it is the perfect size, and you can travel with it as well. Ooh, that sounded terrible. Yeah, no, favourite body moisturiser. Again, I have pretty dry skin like on my body as well, and I find that I don't necessarily need to moisturise every single day if I use this moisturiser, which is really, really good. I'm pretty lazy, so that really helps. It's a very thick butter, and that kind of is my preference over like a thin lotion, because the thin lotions do sink in pretty quickly, but also I find that like I feel my arms and I'm like, that doesn't feel like I've got moisturiser on. If I'm going through the effort of putting it on, like I want my skin to still feel like juicy and like and like, well, the next day certainly, but like bare minimum's like within the hour, because you know when you like feel your arms afterwards and you're like, did that actually do anything? I need my moisturiser to do something, so good one to recommend. So that is the entirety of my current skincare routine. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!